Hello, this is Levi Costello. I'm here with the another update for the chat app. As you can see, I've completed all of the chat app requirements, and sadly, I will have to say that I have been unable to acquire the actual screen deprecations. Um, so far, the errors have been unknown, and despite my trials to adjust the code using the files I've been using the key install or the different code commands that have been put in the discussion board, and the other information I have not been able to update and edit it. Like as you can see, like I have Android Studio installed. My emulator works. I have done all the npm installs. You see, I have a chat demo. I have the Android chat demo already set up. But yeah, either ways, I understand the code and how it works, and I can show you basically how it goes. For reference, I'll be using the GitHub section right here to show the images, so that way you guys are able to follow through. Now, some of the main things that we're going to be able to do in this chat app is to create new threads, be able to put messages in this thread, have timestamps and for notifications of when messages are read and seen, and then also be able to update the database that is on Firebase and connect it all. Now, within the code, we have these many threads right here. The main thing that I want to point to is the Firebase index thread itself. Now, we spread a lot of information, but what we did here is that we made it so that way this method takes in information that is spread out among these four main threads: the new thread, message, and initialization, these methods. And this has information for the listing the messages, the sign-in section, creating the message itself, being able to create new threads, listen to the threads, marking the thread last read, and then also listen to thread tracking. All right, so first let's go into initialization. Now with initialization, we'll be basically mounting whether the user is signed in and logged in on the database. Now what this basically does, it just dictates which user you are on the database, whether if you're the person who's responding to a text or not responding. So basically, if you're Levi or if you're David and stuff like that, generic stuff. Now, the messages themselves, this is where a big chunk of the code is. This one takes in the information to send messages itself. Basically, kind of like right here in this one where you can type and do information. Where was it? Gifted chat. We use React Native gifted chat, which is very helpful. The gifted chat basically implements this type bar, the text itself, and being able to implement the text messages. So this gifted chat is very useful, and it helps a lot with displaying everything. And it's just like a return call that just puts in these information, and the user ID is the information that submits it to the database, which when it is uploaded. The handle send takes in pops the messages that we type in the database, and we know which thread will work. Making sure that we know which thread we are working with stores information in that particular thread, which is good because you don't want information stored in other threads as well. Other than that, we have we're calling other information from the Firebase index over here, and we're calling the create message section right here, which creates the message. So it's all interlinked right here. The thread itself, this is the thread that we're focusing on. This one usually just tracks thread. Tracks a thread and make sure you're in the correct thread. And then if you remove a thread, you are able to remove it. This is also, we're using a listener to read when the message thread is updated, so that way it pops up and sends notifications saying this thread is being updated, as well as being able to take in the time of when a message was written the time when the message was written, and then uh, and then the time, and then also saying when a new message is being implemented. So that's what the thread is, and the new thread is creating the thread, a new thread itself. This one basically shows when you're creating a new thread and then adding new users and who is connected to this user. And that's basically a summed down version of what it is. I use Android because I can't use iOS. I need a Mac in order to use iOS. And so I use Android. I got my Google service.json with the com handlebar labs chat demo. All the misspelling has been fixed, so that is no longer an issue. Oh, that's a lot of things are open. Alright, but yeah, we got the build CRC, and we got the main activity, the main application. I did all the edits where I got the new packages, and then the other information on here. Android manifest is updated as well, and that's basically what we do with the app, and it's able to send messages. I will try to do an expo and do the expo thing like I'm going to be doing in the next news app, and I will get the updated information there so I can actually be able to present the app itself. Thank you. Bye.